If you're a Sixers fan, you have to be in dismay right now. What's up, everybody, and thanks for checking in with us here at bballunlocked. Do me a favor and make sure you give this video a thumbs up, tap the notification bell, and subscribe if you haven't already. And let's get right into the video. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I want to talk about Joel Embiid and how it seems like he just cannot catch a break in terms of staying healthy. Although this time it wasn't his fault. Now, as every NBA fan knows, Sixers superstar Joel Embiid is currently out of the playoffs after suffering an orbital fracture and concussion late in Philly's first round clinching win against the Raptors on Friday. Embiid had just scored a basket to give him 33 points on the night, and after that, he went into his signature airplane celebration, and shortly after Siakam was coming downhill and tried to get a layup at the rim, he elbowed Embiid right in the face. Now, initially, I thought nothing of it because although he winced and bent down in pain, he didn't really give the impression that it was, one of those severe gut-wrenching injuries. But I do have to add that I did start to be a bit skeptical after this post-game.
I'm serious. Yeah, I think it might have broken my face, but it's all good. It's the playoffs.
That very evening, the 76ers announced that Joel has suffered a right orbital fracture and mild concussion in Philly's Game 6 win at Toronto. Now, Joel's teammate Danny Green had to give his thoughts. We saw him on the plane after the game and he was holding his head. It seemed pretty severe, the Sixers forward said. We didn't know how bad it was. There were no stitches. I saw a little scratch, but when it happened, he kind of wanted to go back in the game. We're like, Joel, you can't go back in the game. We subbed you out and challenged the replay. Mind you, we probably should have pulled the plug a little earlier, but I mean, it is what it is. We were waiting for Nick Nurse to throw his subs in first. It is what it is. Like I said, he came out. It seemed like the adrenaline. He still wanted to play. But once I think it set in after the game, you could see in the locker room he was holding his head a lot. He was kind of a little leery. His body seemed a little weary. On the plane, he was under the covers. Usually they play cards. And on the bus, he just laid down, covered his face. I think the lights were getting to him. So as you can see, it was very clear that he was in discomfort and should have sat out the entire fourth quarter after the nasty elbow from Pascal Siakam. Now, it's been reported that Embiid is not expected to travel for games 1 and 2 in Miami, but could potentially return once he clears concussion protocols. Now, that could possibly be when the series moves to Philadelphia for games 3 and 4. And yeah, that's not a good look for the 76ers. Now, the biggest question is, how did we get here? There has been lots of talk within the media that Doc Rivers should take some of the blame for Joel's injury on the simple fact that they were up 30 points with 3 minutes left in the game. 30 points. Now, if you ask me, I don't think anyone is really to blame because no one could have known that Siakam was going to accidentally elbow Embiid. But given Joel's injury history, I don't think it would have been a bad idea to pull him out. I mean, the game was pretty much over at that point, and it would just be that. But as always, Doc Rivers defended his decision on not subbing out Joel Embiid.
Coach, I have to question a lot of people on this. 4 minutes left, 29 points.
Well, it wasn't 4 minutes left and 29 points. 21. He scored the bucket to make it 29. And in the playoffs, just so everyone knows, so we cannot talk about blame and talk about winning this next series. I'm about to answer that, all right? Because everyone was in. The other team had all their guys in too. The last 5 minutes of the game, we made the run the last minute of that game. Right before that, that's when we got up 29. After Joel made the shot and did the airplane, if you watched the game, I turned and said, I'm calling a timeout on the next possession. So, not upset that he was in. You can make that a big deal if you want, but just go and look at every team and every game, and their guys are in until about the 4 3-minute mark. That's what it is.
That's their last game.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why they're in.
I've done this a long time. Just go back and look at every game's last game. and I guarantee both teams have their guys in at that point. We had just made the run to put it up to 29.
Do you ever say to yourself?
Yeah, all the time. On plays. I threw up the greatest play in the world, and the guy misses the shot. And I said, darn it, I wish I had someone else shoot that. Unfortunately, in coaching, you can't wait 24 hours to make a decision.
So now, the Sixers are headed to the Eastern Conference semifinals round against the Miami Heat. And they are unsure whether they will get their superstar center back on the court, or if they will at all. But guys, what do you think? I appreciate you all for tuning into our daily Hoop Talks. Like and subscribe to the channel. And as always, I'll see you in the next one.